Yeah, dear student, today we start our chapter 5, that is cash flow statement. This is the last chapter of this book. So, the cash flow statement is a statement that show the flows of the cash and cash equivalent during the period under the report. Now, the question arises that what is the need for making this? So, as the name of our book is Analysis of Financial Statement, so this is it again a tool to analyze the inflow and outflow of the cash, because sometimes what happen, a company earns a huge revenue of, for example, 2000 crore, but at the year end they will see that they are not having a meager amount of 10 crore or 20 crore to distribute the amount as a dividend. So if the finance manager asks that where that the remaining 1990 crore rupees goes, the question arises to show the inflow and outflow of the core cash. So for this purpose, the inflow and outflow of the cash has been prepared. So this statement shows the flow of the cash and cash equivalent during the period under report. Cash flows are inflows, that is receipt, and outflows, payment of cash and cash equivalent. Transaction that increases cash and cash equivalents are the inflows of cash and cash equivalent, and transaction that decreases the cash and cash equivalents are outflows of cash and cash equivalent. Cash and cash equivalents include cash balance, bank balance, marketable securities, etc. Unless otherwise specified, current investments are considered as marketable securities, hence are included in cash and cash equivalents. Clear? Now see the example of cash inflows: cash sales, cash receipts against trade receivables, cash received for commission and royalty, insurance claim received, cash received from sale of investment other than marketable securities, cash received from sale of fixed assets, sale of securities, loans and advance received, proceeds from issue of equity share, proceeds from issue of preference shares, and proceeds from issue of debenture. These are the major heading under which cash will come into the business. Now see what are the outflows: cash purchases, cash paid against trade payables, operating expenses paid like administrative expenses, selling and distribution expenses, cash purchase of investment other than marketable securities, cash purchase of fixed assets, loans and advances given, loans and advances repaid, payment for buyback of equity shares, redemption of preference share, and payment for redemption of debentures. So these are the major heading under which cash will go out of the business. So cash flow statement is prepared according to the accounting standard 3, a revised AS3 cash flow statement. The accounting standard require cash flow statement to be prepared showing cash flow under 3 major activities, that is cash flow from operating activity, investing activities, and financing activities. Okay, so these are the 3 major headings under which we are going to prepare our cash flow statement. Now the objectives of cash flow statement. The objective of cash flow statements are to ascertain the sources, receipts of cash and cash equivalents under operating, investing, and financing activities by the enterprise. Second, to ascertain application, payments of cash and cash equivalents under the operating, investing, and financing activities by the enterprise. To ascertain the net changes in cash and cash equivalents being the difference between the source, receipt, and application payment under operating, investment, and financing activities between the dates of two balance sheet. Next is importance or uses of cash flow statement. So first is short-term planning. Cash flow statement gives information about sources and application of cash and cash equivalent for a specific period. It helps in planning, investing, and investments, and assessing the financial requirements of the enterprise. Cash flow helps in assessing the liquidity and solvency. Solvency is the ability of the enterprise to meet its liabilities on time. Cash flow statement helps to assess liquidity. Efficient cash management. Cash flow statement gives information relating to the surplus or deficit of the cash. An enterprise therefore can decide about the short-term investment of the surplus and can arrange the short-term credit in case of deficit. Comparative study. A comparison of actual cash flow with the budgeted cash flow of the year shows the extent to which cash and cash equivalent were generated and applied as per the plan. Reasons for cash position. Cash flow statement shows the reason for lower and higher cash balances within the enterprise. Sometimes an enterprise has lower cash balance in spite of higher profit, or has a higher cash balance in spite of lower profit. Reason for such situations can be analyzed with the help of cash flow statement. Dividend decision. Dividend payable is deposited in a separate bank account upon it being declared, that is interim dividend or approved final dividend. Cash flow statement helps in deciding how much dividend should be paid. Next, limitations of cash flow statement. First, non-cash transactions are not shown. Cash flow statement shows only inflows and outflow of the cash. It does not show the non-cash transaction like purchase of building by issue of shares or debenture to the vendor or issue of bonus shares. Such transactions are being ignored while preparing cash flow. not a substitute for an income statement. An income statement shows both cash and non-cash transaction. Income statement shows net income of the enterprise, where cash flow statement shows only net cash inflows or outflows, which does not represent net profit earned or loss incurred by the enterprise during the given period. Historical in nature. It rearranges the available information in the income statement and balance sheet. Thus, it is historical in nature. Assessment of liquidity. Liquidity of the enterprise cannot be ascertained from the cash flow statement alone because it depends on other factors like current assets and current liabilities. Cash and cash equivalent is one of the component of the current assets. Okay, so these are the certain limitation of the cash flow statement which we have to must consider while preparing it. Okay, so everything suffer from some limitations, so cash flow statement also suffer from the some limitations. Now the definition of key terms used in cash flow statement. Cash comprises of cash on hand and demand deposits with the banks. Cash equivalents, these are the short term highly liquid investment that are really convertible into known amount of cash and which are subjected to an insignificant risk of changes in the value. An investment normally qualifies as cash equivalent not only when it is a short maturity of say 3 months or less from the date of acquisitions. Examples of cash equivalent are current investment, treasury bill, commercial paper, preference share, if these are redeemable within 3 months from the date of the purchase and these have insignificant risk of change in its value, etc. Cash and cash equivalent is calculated as follows. Cash on hand, add cash at bank, checks and drafts on hand, short-term investment, marketable securities, short-term deposit in banks, cash and cash equivalents. Clear? Cash flows are either inflows and outflows of cash and cash equivalent. Cash inflows exclude movement between items that constitute cash or cash equivalent because they are part of cash management of an enterprise rather than parts of its operating, investing and financing activities. Example of cash funds that are movements between the items of cash and cash equivalent. Cash withdrawn from bank for business, cash deposited into the bank out of cash in hand, sale purchase of short-term marketable securities being cash equivalents. Operating activities are the principal revenue producing activities of the enterprise and other activities that are not investing or financing. Investing activities are acquisition and disposal of long-term asset and other investment not included in cash equivalents. And third is financing activities are the activities that result in the change in the size and composition of the owner's capital, including preference share capital in the case of the company and borrowing of the enterprise. In this way, cash flow is calculated under 3 major activities. Now we will see what are operating activities. So operating activities are principal revenue producing activities of the enterprise and other activities that are not investing or financing activities. Clear? Cash flow from operating activities being the principal revenue producing activity of the enterprise generally results from the business transaction and event that determine net profit or loss. Examples of cash flow from operating activities are receipt from sale of goods and services, royalties, fees and commissions, receipt from trade receivables, payment for purchase of goods and services, payment to trade payables, payment of wages, salaries and other payment to the employees, payment of and refund of income tax unless these are identified with investing or financing activities. For financial companies, payment for purchase of securities, payment of interest on loan, received from sale of securities, dividend received on securities, interest received on loan granted, payment of salaries, etc. to employees. Payment of and refund of income tax unless these are identified with the investing or financing activities. The net effect of the cash flow from operating activities is shown in cash flow statement as cash flow from or used in operating activities. Okay. Now some example of the principal revenue producing activities are as follows. For a computer manufacturing company, manufacturing and selling of the computer is its principal revenue producing activity. For a trading company, purchase and sale of the goods is its principal revenue producing activity. For a finance company, giving and taking loans, dealing in the securities is its principal revenue producing activity. For an insurance company, receipt of premiums and payment of the claims and annuities, etc. is its principal revenue producing activities. So these are the some example from which we can come to know that what are our revenue producing activities. As I also gave you the example of petrol pump, if it has given some space to the ATM and to the pizza outlet, but its principal revenue producing activity is the amount received from the sale of fuels. Okay, not the other. Now see, what is investing activities? Investing activities are the acquisition and disposal of long-term asset and other investment not included in cash equivalents. These activities includes transaction involving purchase and sale of long-term asset which are not held for resale, such as machinery, land and building, investment, etc. Investment include investment that are not included in cash and cash equivalents, such as current investment other than marketable securities. Investment shows the investment made in long-term investment, other investment by the enterprise with a purpose to generate income and thus cash flows. Example of cash flow from investing activities are payment for purchase of fixed assets, including intangible asset, and also payment for capitalized research and development cost and self-constructed fixed assets. Receipt from disposal of fixed assets, including intangible assets. Payment to purchase, acquire security, share, warrant, debenture, bonds or debt instrument of other companies in case of non-financial companies. Receipt from sale or disposal of securities in shares, warrant, debenture, bonds or debt instrument of other companies in case of non-financial companies. Advances and loan made to third parties other than advance and loan made by a financial enterprise. Receipt from repayment of advances and loan made to third parties other than advances and loan made by a financial enterprise. So these are the some example of investing activities. Clear? See, some following transactions that are classified or shown as investing. Cash proceeds from sale of fixed assets is an investing activity. Cash pays for purchase of stock in trade. It's not an investing activity that come under operating. Repayment of loan taken. Debentures purchase. These are outflow of the cash. And loan advance. And purchase of the patents. So these are the some example of the investing activities made by an enterprises to increase the profit earning capacity as well as the revenue of the enterprise. I hope you have understood it. Now we study the third activity, that is financing activity. Now the third activity is the financing activities. Financing activities are the activities which result in the change in size and composition of owners' capital, including preference share capital in the case of company and borrowings of the enterprise from other sources. Thus, increase in share capital, both equity and preference, redemption of preference share, issue of debenture, increase in borrowing, short-term and long-term, repayment of the borrowing, short-term and long-term, and redemption of the debenture, etc. shown under financing activity. Example of cash inflow from financing activities are as follows. Proceeds from the issue of the shares or other instrument. If you are issuing further equity shares, they will come under the financing activity. Proceeds from issue of debenture, loans, bond and other short-term borrowing. If you are issuing further a category of debentures, you are taking any loans, bond and short-term borrowing, that will come under financing activity. Payment for buyback of equity share with the prior permission of the company law board, even you can buy back your own share. So that will also come under the financing activity. Though this is the outflow of the cash. Repayment of the amount borrowed, including redemption of debentures. Redemption, repayment of the debenture is also an outflow of cash and will come under financing activity. Payment of dividend, both on equity and preference, whether it is interim or final dividend, both will come under financing activity as an outflow of cash. Increase or decrease in bank overdraft and cash credit. Payment for interest on debenture and loan, short term and long term. Payment of both type of the interest will also be an financing activity. Now there are certain transactions which are not regarded as cash flow. The movement in between the items of cash and cash equivalents are not cash flow. For example, cash deposited into the bank is not cash flow because cash in hand is reduced on deposit with the bank, but bank balance is increased. Both cash and bank items are of the cash and cash equivalent. Another example is the cash withdrawn from bank for use in business. Clear? Now non-cash transactions. There are certain non-cash transactions in which inflow outflow of the cash and cash equivalent does not take place. For example, depreciation and amortization expenses, issue of bonus shares, issue of equity shares or debenture for consideration other than cash, say for purchase of assets, conversion of debenture into new debenture or conversion of debenture into the share capital. Bonus shares are issued to the existing shareholders out of the accumulated earning or reserve. It means capitalization of accumulated earning or reserve. Thus does not involve receipt of cash. Non-cash transactions are not considered while preparing cash flow statement because cash flow statement just deal with the inflow and outflow of the cash. Now there are certain points to be remembered. Net cash flow within an activity operating, investing or financing may be positive or negative. The sum of cash flow from all the activities taken together with the operating cash and cash equivalent equals the closing cash and cash equivalent. A transaction is classified as an operating activity or investing activity or a financing activity. A single transaction may include cash inflow under two different activities. For instance, if a machinery is purchased on hire purchase installment, each installment will include interest and as a part of principal. Cash paid for the interest is a financing activity, whereas cash payment for the principal amount is a investing activity. Issue of shares and debenture for consideration other than cash are also the conversion of debenture into shares or other types of the securities are not shown in cash flow statement, because for example purchase of building by issuing shares to the vendor does not involve receipt and payment of cash. Similarly, issue of bonus shares does not involve receipt or payment of cash. An outflow or inflow between components of cash and equivalent is not considered while preparing the cash flow statement. For example, cash deposited into the bank, it is not a part of the cash flow statement, but it is the management of the cash. For example, cash deposited into the bank or cash withdrawn from the bank for business are not cash inflow or outflow, because it is just like that cash is changing the hand and nothing else. Okay. So I hope the theory part is clear to you. If you have any doubt, then you can message me. Thank you.